It's oozing penis season again. I mean cactus, Freudian slip. I am preparing to go into the desert for 40 days and 40 nights. Not literally, but metaphorically for the purposes of discipline. This is a 40-day challenge that my mentor, Father Bronx, has created. And the idea behind it is the same thing that Jesus did when he went into the desert for 40 days and 40 nights to fortify himself against all temptation before he went back to the city and carried out his mission. I'm going to talk about that more very soon, but as I am preparing for these 40 days, I am finding that this recurring desert imagery is coming up again, but this time it's very different from how I've illustrated the deserts in the past and how I have felt about them in terms of scarcity and stuff. So let me show you kind of the progress from the last couple of years. This is going to be really quick. So the first desert that I tried to illustrate was this one. This was in the spring of 2023 around Easter. Actually, it was during Easter weekend that I made this. There's a sketch that I made of this that was a lot better, but I cannot find it anywhere right now. So we're just gonna have to go with this one. And it's all about scarcity. Like there is one tiny cactus in here and the rest of the land is barren. And that's because this story that this illustration is for is all about scarcity. It's about like dealing with scarcity. And there were some elements of this that I liked. Like I started to want to do embroidery on the cloth, like kind of the way I do now. And I liked that she was like on the phone here. But the scenery itself really sucks, to be honest. So that's why I never fully finished it, because I was like, And to be fair, my skill level was not very good at this time. So the last time that I did a 40-day challenge, the first piece of artwork that I made during those 40 days was this one. And it's definitely a lot better. I like that it has like a strong contrast. It's very stark. And I like the snake here. I like that there's red here and red there. But even though this kind of has the illusion of abundance because there's a lot more cactuses and there's a lot more detail on them, it's also all about scarcity. And that's because the cacti are super spiky and they're definitely poisonous. Like you do not want to touch these things. And in fact, when I was coming up with the title, some of the possible titles for this that I came up with were Every Penis Has Its Thorns and Don't Touch That. So, so basically every time I've been illustrating deserts in the past, it has to do with a lot of scarcity. It was because I myself was just really feeling like, I don't know, there was just feeling the pressure and the difficulty of being in some kind of scarcity in some way. But because it is the green era now, because we are in the green era, this one is going to be very different. And I'm gonna talk about the green era more as well. But lately, as I'm sure you guys have seen, I've been obsessed with drawing these mountains and the sun god, the son of God. And again, mountains and green and the sun. And this is because I'm really trying very hard to stop being in a scarcity mindset in every way. And I'm hoping that these drawings will help with that and will be like an anti-scarcity spell. So I'm definitely very far from being done with this new iteration of the desert, but I'm thinking that it's actually gonna have green this time. Maybe I'll do the cacti in green. We'll see. This is the Virgin Mary, and there's gonna be more detail in the background, and like the imagery is quite similar, but I want the vibe to be very different. And I'm also working on the text for this. it honestly feels so cringe to write it. It's based on certain things that I've been thinking about and coming to a new perspective about certain things in a spiritual sense, but I'm going to talk about that more later as well. The text, yeah, I guess it's just kind of in a fragile stage at this point, so I don't want to share too much of it, even though I am going to share some of it on Patreon and over email on Sunday this week. And all the artwork in progress and finished artwork will be sent over email, so you can get on the email list there to see the artwork itself. But I have mapped out the story that this is for, so it's going to be a 4-part thing, and this is essentially part 1. This one was going to be part 1, but I'm not sure about that. I might redo it, we'll see. So that's what I'm working on, and I will keep you guys posted soon with more updates on the lush, abundant, fecund, such a weird word to say out loud, desert. Okay, toodles.